There we go. All right. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Bandwagon Wednesday. Welcome to Roundball Rewind, talking Texas Tech basketball tonight from the Arctic Air Studios. Happy Santa Claus is ready to go. We're ready to go tonight. Looking forward to visiting with you. You guys know what to do, the early arrivals. You give us hearts, you give us thumbs up, you let us know the audio is good, the video is good. So we got Tech basketball to talk about. Was it really as bad as it looked? We'll discuss that here in the Arctic Air Studios tonight. Football, the pressure's on hook 'em, and then we will reveal the perfect way to cook a turkey for Thanksgiving. This is without fail. You will not lose. This is the only way you ever want to do a turkey for Thanksgiving. So we let some folks get in. The early arrivals, you know what to do, as we said. You can share this. You can put it out there on Twitter and YouTube and Facebook, wherever you may be watching. If you are on YouTube, if you are on, shall we say, Twitter or X or whatever it is, use the United Supermarkets text line to get in, 806-772-0197. That'll get you in on the program tonight, 806-772-0197. They're still open tonight if you're looking for last-minute Thanksgiving, stuff for Thanksgiving, whatever that may be. United, here to help you out. All right, so it's a little bit of Roundball Rewind. It's a little bit of football. It's a little bit of pressure on the Longhorns. It's a little bit of turkey talk tonight. A whole lot more. In 3, in 2. Good evening, West Texans, all you good, fine, friendly folks out there who wish you were. I'm Ryan Hyatt, TheRaiderland.com, where you start your day, including today and every day, with our daily column asking you questions, giving you Raiderland hot links and all that sort of cool stuff. So check it out, TheRaiderland.com. We appreciate everybody who goes there and then shares it with friends. And feel free to hit the comments section. We're coming to you from the Arctic Air Studios tonight. This weekend looks like Saturday, a high of about 45. It's going to get cold, hard to freeze coming up. If your air is too Arctic, call the bear, callthebear.com. Also brought by Gators Bayou. They will not be open tomorrow. They will be open Friday, ready to go. And of course, on into the weekend. Great Cajun food, hot food, cold drinks. What more do you want? And by Lifts West, Hotel and Condominium in Red River, New Mexico. They're making snow. The season starts this week. It's time. Head on out. Tell Billy Hurst there at Lifts West. Thanks for being a great part of Raiderland. All right, let's get to it. Let's talk some Texas Tech basketball tonight. Some Texas Tech football, turkey hints, cooking tips. What are y'all having for Thanksgiving? What's on the menu? And then anything and everything in between. That could be on the bandwagon portion. On Wednesdays, we find out what you're supporting, what you're not supporting. Bandwagons, you're on. Bandwagons, you're off. Totally off driving on I-20 ever again. Ever. I'm completely on if I'm ever back in Stephenville, getting a burger at Grump's and getting the fries. I may just get the fries. Just bring like 3 orders of fries. We could do that. And did I mention that we're brought to you by Boot City, one money, 7 mile outside the West Loop on 19th. A lot of the Western wear we wear comes from Boot City. Not this. This is a one-off Waylon Jennings birthday party shirt from 2012. You can't get it anymore. Hi there, Trace. Hi there, Chris. Yeah, but Boot City ready to go. Black Friday sale, ironically enough, timed for Black Friday. So here we are. Let's do it. Let's get going. Chris, I killed a wild pig last 2 weekends. And we won, killed another tonight. Good luck for the football team. Could you have not done anything for the basketball team? Would that have been so hard to do something for Red Raider basketball? As we will speak of basketball tonight, as they had a bit of a riff go at the 9-minute marks of both halves. It was really, really interesting. I posed the question, was the game as bad as the final score? Was it really that bad, 85-69? I would submit to you that it wasn't. Now, we all adhere to the you are what your record says you are, and you lose a game, you lose a game. But do I believe that Texas Tech is really 85-69 worse than Villanova right now, yesterday, tomorrow, and in March? No, I don't. But it was a classical case, and this is a team learning, obviously, but one could say the same for Villanova. This is a team that is learning that 2 to 4 bad minutes of basketball can get you killed in a game against a good opponent. This is the first really good opponent that they played. Now, how good is Villanova? Well, they came in 63 on the hoopshd.com nitty-gritty number. You came in 39. Now, we go to bracketville.wordpress.com, our other site that we pay attention to in college basketball. They were inside the bracket. You were outside. So you're somewhere in the middle. You're real close. But there were two moments in this game that stand out. 20-16, 9:46 to go in the first half. You're up by 4. The next thing you know, they go on about a 20-6 run. It was aided in no small part by, I thought, some really bad officiating in the moment. No defense. Refs were terrible, and they couldn't run the offense. But you have a blank out there where you get boat raced for about 4 minutes of scoreboard clock. And then the same thing, you've dug a hole. You've got to come back. You come back. You're not getting just absolutely destroyed at halftime. What was the halftime number? Do I have that in front of me? Yeah, 41-33. You're not getting destroyed, but now you have to expend so much energy that when you do get closer, again, at about that 9:45 mark in the second half, wham, about a 6-0 or a 7-0 run. Ugh. Craig and I are going to fight here because I thought Tech's uniforms looked great. I love that red. I love Texas and Tech. I love everything about the uniforms this year. But this team had about, 6 minutes of the first half where they went dumb, contributed by the refs, but they went dumb on their own. And then again, you expend so much energy that you go dumb when you get it close there in the second half. Is Villanova the big for us not to be able to drive and shoot medium range hard? Is Villanova the big for us? Okay. This team so far this year has shot a lot of three-pointers. Not a ton of mid-range. Sometimes working inside, but not a lot of mid-range. This team isn't a really good three-point shooting team. There's no reason they should have taken 36 three-point shots. I know somebody's going to say, but they made 14. They were at 38.9. Yeah. But how many of those misses were so bad that they were turned around the other way? Peyton, yes, it's so defense. Refs were terrible. They couldn't run the offense. What is the offense right now? I can ask the question of this team that I would ask about Zach Kitley's team in football. By the way, welcome to Roundball Rewind. Welcome to Bandwagon Wednesday. Welcome to Texas Tech football discussions and everything else. Glad you're here. Use the text line if you're on YouTube Live or on Twitter, 806-772-0197, powered by United Supermarkets, where they're ready to help you. What's the offense? I mean, I've been saying you can't read too much into any of the games up to now. This one, you can read stuff into. And I saw bad shot selection today for the most part. I saw a team that hits just enough threes to make them think they're good at shooting threes. I don't care what the number says. I don't care what the percentage says. I really don't. Because I think you get hurt still at the college level by the ones you miss as much as some of the ones you make. But there are just so many more high percentage shots that are out there. Where were they? Turnovers today, your assist to turnover ratio, 17 assists, 5 turnovers, 8 assists for Toussaint, just 3 turnovers. But after that, everybody else was underwater, minus Lamar Washington, who had 3 assists and 3 turnovers. That dog won't hunt. Dog will not hunt. And you shoot for the game. What do you end up shooting for the game? 41%. Yeah, that's not good enough. On the day for I almost said West Virginia, for Nova. Yes. You've got what's the first second half game, 43%, and then 37%, 9 of 24. I don't want to see this team shooting a lot of three-pointers. I want to see more penetration. I want to see more driving. I want to see Washington getting the ball down low in a position to score He had 6 points today. He took 4 shots. Let's let that sink in for a moment, okay? He's really tall. He took 4 shots. He needs to take 14 shots. All right. Pop Isaacs took 14 shots. He made 4 baskets. And people are going to go, wow, he had 16 points. It was 4 of 11. Only 3 shots inside the arc. I know that's what he does. But then everybody else, you're just not really good at shooting the 3 right now. Don't do it. Don't do it. Defensively, I thought this team played better defensively. I know this is going to sound crazy, than a team that would give up 85 points. Your rebounds were 39-31. How many defensive rebounds did they had? They had 28. You had 25. 6 offensive rebounds. So you didn't get many of your misses today. They got 11 of their misses. Missed shots, not misses. We'll see what they look like tomorrow. What is it? Northern Iowa, Northern Ireland, Northern, something like that. So what do we take away from this thing today that I think can translate to the rest of the year, at least in non-conference? Improve your shot selection. Don't go brain dead for 4 minutes at a time because you're not good enough. That's going to get you beat. And don't shoot threes. It goes back to the shot selection, but don't do it. You're not good at it. All right, your comments on the text line, 806-772-0197. That's the United Supermarkets text line. We ask you tonight your thoughts on Texas Tech basketball. What did you like? What impressed you? What do you want to see more of? What frustrated you? Questions and comments on that. Texas Tech football. We'll have a complete breakdown. Tomorrow's Thursday. Friday, going into the game. We'll have an early pregame show. Then we'll have a rewind coming up after that. But tonight we can also talk about turkeys, and I can tell you exactly the best way to do turkey, the ultimate turkey. Now, if you have turkey tips of your own, we want to hear them here on the text line. If you're on Twitter and you're on YouTube, that's the way we're going to hear from you. 806-772-0197. Yeah, perfect turkey tips. I've got them. Maybe you got some other things. I want to hear what you guys are having. What's on the menu tomorrow? If I were showing up at your Thanksgiving celebration, what would we have? We have toast. We'd have jelly beans. We'd have popcorn. What else would we have? Maybe quaff a few root beers, throw them back. What do we have? If you get the reference, more power to you. All right. It's up to you guys now. Let's get the conversation going. Give me some questions, comments, fire away. Let's have some fun. I hope you saw the Raiderland Hot Links today because today is the 44th anniversary, whatever it is, of Dallas Cowboys Houston Oilers in a great battle, the Texas State Professional Football Championship in 1979. I remember it well as a kid. Epic highlights and stuff that I've got linked on the website, theraiderland.com. You need to check that out. All right. So was it really that bad? No, I don't think it was really that bad. I don't think it was 85-69 bad. I think right now I would ascribe on a power ranking scale that Nova is about a 6-point team better than Texas Tech. And I know people are going to go, well, how can you say that? I only can say it because if you look at the components, if you look at the actualities and you take out, you can't take out parts of the game. Yeah, I can. I can take out some things. Say true value, and this is a neutral court deal, about a 6 to 7 point difference right now between Tech and Nova. We'll see that reflected in the numbers, I think, in the sports betting world going forward. A lot of people were expecting more out of Texas Tech today. That number had dropped a full point and a half at different times during the week. But now they get a chance to get it right tomorrow. Let's see. I'm trying to think anything football related that we don't know, that we know today that we didn't know yesterday. I don't think there's anything on the injury front. You would like for this to be the healthiest game Baron Morton has played. We'll see. We'll see if that is the case. It's going to be hard for Tech to win if you can't throw downfield deep. And if you can't just laser beam it a couple of times, it's going to be hard to do. But I do like getting 13.5. Buy the half point if it's at 13. Shop around, hopefully 13 and a half where you are. It says hate turkey, smoked chicken, Pittsburgh hot links. If you know, you know. Well, I don't know. Tell me more about Pittsburgh hot links. Only out of Pitts, Texas. Don't read the ingredients. We'll never read the ingredients. You don't ever want to know how the sausage is made. Yeah, smoked chicken is good. If I'm going to do turkey, I think smoked turkey is the only way I'd want to do it. But I don't want to do turkey. Ham better than turkey. Absolutely. So how many of you guys are cooking for your family? How many of you guys are delivering? How many of you guys are just showing up? I'm moderately just showing up. My wife is taking care of a lot of some of the sides, including her amazing mashed potatoes, which I'll tell you this tomorrow afternoon. Here's what I'm going to eat. 2 helpings of mashed potatoes, my mom's dressing, which is not stuffing, it's dressing. They're two totally different things. If you don't know that, Popeye's fried turkey? Yeah. You bringing that? You having that? I ain't opposed. And my mom's dressing, which is her mom's dressing, which I think is moderately her grandmother's dressing, my great grandmother, cornbread style dressing. So good. So good. The only reason you need the turkey is for the giblet gravy, which I can do without even. And the dressing itself is great. I think stuffing is more of a northern thing. There are a lot of people here who get confused on dressing and stuffing. Stuffing is just the crap you shove into the bird while it cooks. You really don't want it. Dressing is more of a casserole, shall we say. No, we shall say. And great dressing is great dressing. You don't need anything else with it. I am anti-turkey. I am team ham turkey. Got to go ham. I'm intrigued by this Popeye's fried turkey there by Mike. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. Are any of y'all having a non-traditional Thanksgiving Day? Maybe doing Mexican food, fajitas, homemade pizzas. Don't know, don't care. Ribeyes. I mean, really, when God gives us ribeyes, why are we sitting around mucking with anything else? That we do have the ribeye. It's just sitting there. It's going, I'm still here. I am. You can eat all this, you know? And it's Bandwagon Wednesday. The bandwagons you're on, things you're on, things you're off, sports or otherwise, you can join us on that front. Wife from Iowa, her mom makes stuffing. It sucks, dressing only for me. Like the stuffing, I assume, Chris, literally is the crap they're shoving up into the bird. Variety of vegetables and other different things, trying to draw in flavor into the innards of the bird that you don't want to eat in the first place, and then you don't want to eat the stuffing. I've had the Popeyes fried turkey for many years. They do it very well. I mean, like you're getting a whole turkey, or it's like a little bitty package of turkey. I don't know more. They're not a sponsor. I'll give a shout out. It's too late now. But Rudy's, who used to be a sponsor of the Williams and Hyatt show back when we had this thing called the Williams and Hyatt show, their smoked turkey is probably as good as it gets, I think, commercial. I'm sure there are other places that do a great job. I'm not trying to run down anybody. I'm just saying where you might be if in the future, even for like Christmas or Christmas Eve, if you've got a Rudy's nearby and somebody wants smoked turkey and you don't want to do it, it's good stuff. Hi there, Neil. Glad you're watching. Mike, whole turkey, Cajun seasons. Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Ain't nothing wrong with it at all. Get your thoughts on Texas Tech basketball. Hang out for a few more minutes. Bandwagons, you're on. Bandwagons, you're off. Mention the I-20 bandwagon. What the hell's going? What are we doing here? What are we doing here on this interstate in the state of Texas? It's an embarrassment. I don't know. Greg Abbott, somebody needs to get involved. Charles Perry might not be a bad thing to do. What's that? Oh, they don't care? Oh, okay. Yeah, they don't care. I'm going to go back to the box score for just a second on basketball. I thought I had seen something earlier that grabbed my attention. Oh, yeah. Well, and this is going to happen in a game where you get beat 85-69. The plus-minus number is going to be abused by people and basketball analysts that you hear all around. It's a great stat in hockey, The plus minus when you're on, when you're off the floor will hurt some players in games like this that are your better players that have to be out there. Got to play like, Darian Williams played 28 minutes tonight. Pop Isaacs played 29 and 12 seconds, and the Jasant played 31. They're plus minuses. Pop Isaac was a minus 14. All right, that ain't it. You know, he's not that kind of player. Williams, while he was on the floor, and granted, you got to give me more than 2 rebounds, but he was a minus 12. Well, he must have done something egregious, right? Well, he was 1 of 4-3, and he had 3 turnovers, but he also had 2 steals. Watch out on the plus minus number. That's not a really thing. I think a fair number. And it doesn't. I know this is a great number in hockey. Those of you who know hockey, it's a legitimate number in hockey because you're doing what's called shifts. That you're shifting in. That I've got the first line, the second line, the third line, and we're shifting in. So my numbers are going to mirror my line. Now I'm matching other teams that are shifting in as well at times. I'm doing a horrible job of explaining this. God help me. Hopefully somebody out there is a hockey fan and knows the distinction I'm drawing here. But you don't do shifts in basketball. It's not an even, 5-for-5 substitution pattern that would allow that to translate. It's one of those deals that we got so many stats now and so little context that it's just easy to glom onto because they put on the box score. Ignore it, okay? Let's see. UT D line scares me. Yeah, we'll see. This offensive line has been really good run block. They've been really average to below average at times on pass block. The UT defensive line is not going to be any better than anybody you've faced up to this point. A little bit, but not much. A little bit, but not much, he said, as they go off for like 8 sacks. I don't think they will. So much right now on the Tech passing game is predicated on getting the ball out of Morton's hand fairly quick if they can, because they know they can't get him hit. And you just can stand back there for 2.5, 3.5 and try to throw a deep ball. He just doesn't have it on the arm right now. It's not there. I don't expect it to be there coming up on Friday night. Friday's going to be a long day, isn't it? Black Friday early. Then we got to wait all day, then watch whatever's on, and then finally 6:30. But don't worry, we'll be there for Raiderland Rewind. Happy Santa will be there with us. We'll even have more lights and festivities behind us as Christmas is puking itself out all over the house right now. It is everywhere, no doubt about it. Get that going. I'm looking at my show sheet right now, among other things. I mentioned the hoopshd.com number earlier going into this game with Tech being at 39 and Nova being at 63. Please don't use those numbers and Bracketville as like a betting guide. It will help you, but it is not a Ken Palm type number that some people like to use. This is more of a forward projection into seeding on an S curve in real time. And don't cook too much into that. And by the way, Texas Tech's not going to fall that far on the Hoops HD, and that's fine. And they might even improve a little on Bracketville.wordpress.com just by playing Villanova, which is one of the great things about college basketball. When we don't get this game for the most part with really good football teams because you can't afford to do it. With college basketball, you can afford to do this. And I feel a lot better about this Texas Tech team today than I did yesterday because now I know they can go brain dead against a good team. They have poor shot selection. They don't need to be shooting as many threes. They can work it inside. They can play good defense for stretches of time, but they can also have 4 and 5 minutes of scoreboard clock like I had at the 9-minute mark of both halves that'll get you beat. They needed that game. They needed to play that game today. That they are better today getting beat 85-69 than they were beating a nameless, faceless team. whatever, flip the score around, 85-65, something like that. They're better today after that. But there will be people, jumping off the couch going, see, I told you so. This Grant McCaslin, he can't coach. You bring in a guy from North Texas. He can't get it done. He's horrible. Look at this horrible. No. That's why you play this game. And again, I'm not making excuses whatsoever. That's not me. I don't do excuses. I do reasons. The reasons were really cut and dry today. Poor shot selection. A couple of times. You didn't get it in the first half. Good Lord. Just because we have a TV monitor does not mean we have to go review everything. Please get rid of replay in all sports. Little 8-pound, 7-ounce baby Jesus sitting there. Oh, sorry. Talladega Nights jumped up on me. It happens. We don't have to review everything. The officials would be so much better if they didn't have the monitors and they didn't have it, and they just had to call it, because they call stuff and then they're going to go bail themselves out at the TV monitor. So they do that, and then they go, oh, well, we'll figure it out over here. And then it takes like 10 minutes of my life. I ain't getting that back. The older I get, I worry about 10 minutes at a time. I truly do. Although, looking around some days, got tendonitis here, you got some sort of pinched nerve up here. It's really 10 minutes that I really want to get back at the end of the day. Probably not. Off the United Supermarkets text line, 806-772-0197. That's right. They're still open. I know my son's working there right now. Be nice to him. Be nice to all the boys and girls wearing the bright vest that they have to wear now because somebody got run over. Be nice to my kid tonight. Was hoping for uni combo worn last year at Iowa State. If Tech wears red, take Texas to cover. What are they wearing? Have we done the uniform reveal? I thought we did. I assume that's talking about football. I thought we'd done that. Maybe we hadn't done the uniform reveal. It's going to be white over something, whatever it is. Wasn't impressed with our basketball team today. Well, there you go. Wasn't impressed. Well, there were things to be impressed with. There were things to not be impressed with. I don't know what you've watched and what you've not watched. I was not impressed with a lot of things. That's okay. We got a chance to get better. But as we've mentioned, shot selection, going dumb, and then 2 really bad stretches. And there you go. That's what'll get you beat. This team just doesn't need to be shooting as many 3-pointers. And again, the delusion of hitting, if I take a lot, I'm liable to hit some. And forget the percentage. What was the percentage? I got to look again. What was the game percentage? 3-point game, 38.9. Now, ostensibly, that's pretty good. You say, 38.9. But it took you 36 shots to get that. That's too many misses. Not all 38% are created equal. Well, yeah, they are. No, they're not. When they're encapsulated within a game, it's different. That's runouts, it's different things. And if you're getting out rebounded 31 to 38, 39, okay, there you go. Don't fall into the trap of just looking at pure shooting percentages in a moment on that. Like I said, I know sometimes I don't explain this very well, but that will trick you. That will trick you into thinking not all 3-pointers are equal. Not all 3-pointers are taken at the right time, the same time. And there were a lot of misses on 3-pointers early on in the shot clock possession that you're going, you can get that shot with 2 seconds on the shot clock. That's one of the things when we talk about shot selection. What is a good shot at one point is a bad shot at another point in the possession. We're going to get that look. We're going to get that look later. You don't have to take it then. I just like talking about basketball. I just like that we played. I was there. Can you see the sweat stains on my Waylon Jennings shirt? I was there. I am worn out. Yeah, I'm just glad we got to see Texas Tech play a meaningful game and learn some things and go from there. Team's going to be okay. They have a lot of learning to get to. Yeah, well, don't we all? Let me tell you, learning. I'm all for learning. All right, you guys want the foolproof, fail-safe, and this is where you can get in now and tell us, everybody, I want everybody to tell us what you're having on the menu tomorrow, who's cooking it, and what they're doing, because I am about to lay down upon you some information that is going to change your life when it comes to cooking a turkey. All right? You're going to be happy, 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 as Bill Robertson would say. But I want everybody, while I'm doing this, fire away. If you're watching this, if you're on YouTube, if you're on Facebook Live, if you're on Twitter X, everybody fire away right now. What you're going to want the menu is, your favorite thing you're going to have tomorrow, what you're going to say no thank you to. But here you go. Here's how you do the turkey, all right? The first thing you do, don't buy too big a turkey. A lot of people buy too big a turkey. Judge your poundage by your relationship to how many people are going to be there. So we want the right size turkey. It could be 12, it could be whatever, get the right size turkey. Then immediately not once, but you got to thaw that sucker. Okay. Country Cottage in Oklahoma buffet. What city? We got to get that thing completely thawed. Ease that temperature on down. Give me something to work with here. Now, the next thing, no matter how big the turkey is, you're going to want to spatchcock it, okay? Cut that spine, spread that sucker out, plop it down. You're going to get all the seasonings on it. You're going to allow it to cook better. So we've spatchcocked, right? Anybody ever spatchcock? I know a lot of married men have probably done that. So now you've got it spatchcocked. We're ready to go. And we're going to begin, whatever process you want to do. Locust Grove. Yeah. Now you can do a turkey just like you can do a steak, just like you can do a lot of meat. Screw the stuffing. You can even inject. You can do whatever you want to. Your cooking time, remember, if you're smoking, it's only going to take smoke for about 4 hours. That also goes for brisket, by the way. And then the rest of the time, you're just either cooking or finishing it off. So we've done all that. We've got it all slathered up. It's looking good. And then we leave the turkey alone. Why are my dogs barking? It always makes me nervous here in the Arctic Air Studios. And we've got the turkey. Now, the thing to make this perfect is you don't disturb the turkey, right? We're not going to put a meat thermometer in it. We're not going to look at it anymore. We got it spatchcocked. We got it seasoned, ready to go. Then you get out the ham. You call Domino's Pizza. You do anything. You cook up fajitas, you have chicken soup, and don't eat the turkey. Because nobody wants the turkey. And that's how you do the perfect turkey. You don't cook it. You don't have it. You do something different. It's okay. We don't have to have turkey. All right? Yeah, I know. It's hard for some people to understand. I get it. We will be back with you tomorrow with our Thursday either or question. We will have on the site, theraiderland.com, that. We will be with you Friday, big time, ready to roll early. Most Texan thing you've done. We will have preview for Texas Tech and Texas. We will have, of course, Raiderland Rewind, brought to you by Thacker Jewelry here in the Look. We're just pleased to be hanging out in the Arctic Air Studios with you people tonight. All right, we got to say goodbye first off to the wonderful people on YouTube and on Twitter X. It says in the stream. Well, I think we will.